Hi people, hello, welcome back to SEDA College Online. I am your teacher, Gabby, and you are in elementary level. Hi, how are you? What are you doing? What are your plans for the weekend? Tell me everything about you. Where do you live? Where are you right now? Where are you from? I want to know everything about you because we have new people here. And for those new people, I want to remind you to get your notebook, to get your pencil or your pen, because we have exercises. It's a reveal day today, and we have more exercises, right? So I have my water here with me, and I'm waiting for other friends to join us. So yesterday I was on a big rant about dinosaurs. If you remember, tell me here, what did I say? Do you remember what I said about dinosaurs yesterday? No? Yes? Well, anyway, we had to keep moving forward, friends, because we have a lot to do today, thanks God. So, first of all, I'm doing a review of our present simple, positive form, negative form questions and the order of questions, right? So that will give you more context of everything we learned this week, all right? So, as you may know, present simple is used to tell habits, right? I wake up every day at 9 a.m. That's a habit. That's something that I do. I wake up. And you can say, I don't wake up until 11 a.m., which is great. Good for you. So that's a habit. And things that are generally true. For example, the sky is blue. The sun burns, right? It burns. And other things. Facts, like generally true facts stuff. So we have our positive form here that are answers of the questions of the week that we had for exercises. So if you want to just correct them, you're very welcome. So we have number here, positive form. I go to the gym. That's something that I do. I go to the gym. You can say I don't go to the gym. If you put your don't or doesn't in front of your sentence, they'll make a negative. So you can say, I go to the gym or I don't go to the gym. It's all right. I exercise at home, for example. I exercise at home. I do yoga at home. I do yoga. I don't do. I'll tell you in a second about that as well. You live in a big house. So live is the base form of the verb live, right? It's an infinitive verb and is in the present simple tense. He lives in a big house. Remember the rules for third person? So we have likes, goes, does, closes, lives for it, she, he. We change the verb. So we have he lives in a big house. My girlfriend goes to the gym. What is my girlfriend? Is she. My girlfriend, she goes to the gym. Perfect. The shop closes at 5 p.m. I even put in parentheses. It. The shop, it. But teacher, how do I know is it? So things, places normally are it, right? The supermarket, it. The school, it. So things, places are generally it. Instead you say the school day. So you had to use the rule for day, that like they close at 5 p.m. Does that make sense? They close at 5 p.m. because our verb close is in the infinitive form, right? They close, it closes. Does it make sense? We have two children. So we That's our subject pronoun. Have is the base form of the verb, it's infinitive form of the verb. And they like video games. They like video games. She likes video games. He likes video games. So every time there's a verb and you have to say it, she, he, you have to change it. So normally it's just, do you remember the plurals? Uh, the rules for plurals? SH, chess, SCH, chess, remember? And YIES? No? So come back and go for our plurals, right? We have here, I have, he has, she has. I like, he likes, she likes. I go, he goes, she goes. I do, he does, she does. I say, he says, she says. So remember those rules for it, she, and he, right? I'll show you in a second too. And we have the negative form, do not. The contraction is don't. Does not, the contraction is doesn't. I don't play video games. Fair enough, you don't play video games. Ivan doesn't wear glasses. So Ivan, does not. Maria doesn't eat fast food. So Maria is she. She doesn't eat fast foods. They don't have children. They do not. We don't work on Sundays. We do not work on Sundays. I hope you're taking your notes. Hope you are taking your notes. And I'm going to speak slowly. Is it too fast? I normally speak very fast when I'm very excited because we have so much to see, so much to learn. So I hope you're taking your notes because next slide is an exercise, all right? I'm going to repeat again so you can keep listening to it and your brain will keep processing it. I go, you leave, he leaves, she goes, it closes, we have, they like. I don't, Ivan doesn't, Maria doesn't, they don't, we don't. Does that make sense to you? He, she, it changes the verb. All right? Normally you add an S, ES at the end. So let's do the exercise now. We have here, I need you to put these sentences in the right order. All right? We have one positive, number one. Number two is positive. Number three is negative. Four, negative. So can you please put them together? I'm going to read for you how it is, right? Number one, lives in Gabi, Ireland. Number two, he languages speaks. Number three, much, doesn't, it costs. Number four, here, don't, work, they. Can you please put them in the right order so we can make negatives and positives? Please, pretty please. And we can correct in a while. I was just talking to our friend, our teacher Lydia, that teaches advanced level, and she said the most funniest thing in the whole world in her class today, because I watch her classes because I need to keep studying, right? So her class is at 3:30 p.m. in Ireland, so that would make 11:30 in Brazil. And she is just hilarious. She's hilarious. I need to keep studying as well. I need to be more frequent in my classes because I normally watch later, right? I need to watch at 3 p.m. That'll be good for me. Routine. That'll be good for me. Are you ready? Let's correct them. Number 1. Lives in Gabby, Ireland. Gabby lives in Ireland. Gabby is me. No, I'm kidding. She. She lives in Ireland. Remember? If it was I live in Ireland. I live, she lives. Number 2, he speaks 2 languages. So he speaks, I speak, he speaks. Speaks 2 languages. I think it is Portuguese and English, Spanish and English, Spanish and Portuguese. I have friends that speak Portuguese, English, Spanish, German, and French. Crazy. Too many. I can't even process how much that is. So number 3, it's a negative. It doesn't cost too much. It doesn't cost too much. It doesn't. Does that make sense? Number 4 is they don't work here. So they don't. It doesn't, they don't. So we have 4. Can you tell me how many did you get right? 4? You can tell me, I got 4 right. I got 2 right. Then I will know if it's difficult or easy to you. I'll give you 2 more seconds to correct them, friends. And then you have to keep going. My hair is so funny today. Oh, anyway. Let's go. That's a review. Again, the question form. We put do or does in front of the sentences to make questions. Gabby, what do you mean? I don't remember. So, do you remember our ASI rule? ASI. Auxiliary verb, subject, infinitive. That's the order. Auxiliary verb, subject, pronoun, infinitive. All right, so we have do for I, you, we, they, and does, he, she, it. Remember? So this do here, I do. Do I look good? For example, do I look good in black? Do I look good with my black jumper? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Number 3. Do we speak English? Yes, we do. Do they have children? Yes, they do. No, they don't. So, does he like wine? I think so. Does she speak Spanish? Does it need batteries? Does your friend cook? So friend, it can be she or he. It is not specified. So if you want to say girlfriends separately, girlfriend, you can. Does your girlfriend cook? Because girl is she. Does your boyfriend cook? But normally friends are said friends, and when you have a person that you are dating, you have a relationship, then boyfriend and girlfriend. But I think you know that. Again, do I look good? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Do we speak Spanish? English? Do they have children? Does he like wine? Does she speak Spanish? Does it need batteries? Does your friend cook? We don't know if it's a girlfriend or it's a boyfriend, so we just say friend. as far as I know, as far as I know, German has different auxiliary verbs for male, female things, and all the other stuff. So English is way easier. You just have this for she and he, so you don't have to worry about it. And as always, I need to um, explain it to you that does and do can be auxiliaries, like does it need batteries? Does is just an auxiliary verb. And if it was does she do yoga? So our main verb is do, and does is just an auxiliary. It just helps. It just helps you to understand it better. So does it need auxiliary? Does. Does she do yoga? So that's something that she practices. Do yoga. You get it? Let's keep going forward, friends. I washed my hair yesterday, so it's like no volume, no energy, no life, no happiness. So now I need you to complete do or does in these sentences, all right? So number one, you know teacher Lydia. Number two, one played the piano. Number three, they want to drink tonight. Number four, she speaks Spanish. So remember, he, she, it, does, I, you, we, they, do. All right? No mistake is there. I'm sure at this point you're doing everything very correctly, very well. I'm sure of it. I'll give you a few seconds to finish them up. I had to go check your comments later then, friends. I always check. If I don't answer the same day, I'll normally answer the next day. I'm every day checking your comments on YouTube, on SEDA College platform. I'm always checking you up. You ask me and I'll check for sure. If it's not the same day, the next day, for sure. Let's keep moving forward, friends. I can correct them now. You ready? Complete the sentence. Number one, do you know teacher Lydia? So that's a tricky one because I'm putting you and teacher Lydia. So you think that does, but it is about you. Remember our order? We have auxiliary verb, pronoun, verb. So do is our auxiliary verb. You is our pronoun, subject pronoun, and know is our verb, right? Number two, does Juan play the piano? So the verb will not change. What will change for he or she is do or does. So does Juan, does he play the piano? In questions, normally the verb will stay the infinitive form, and what will change will be do or does for present simple, right? Present simple. Number three, do they want to drink tonight? So they, do they? Does he, do you want to drink tonight? Not yet. Friday, maybe. Number four, does she speak Spanish? What do you think, friends? Does she speak Spanish? No, English. She speaks English. Did you see what I did there? So, does she speak Spanish? And the answer is no, she speaks Spanish. Or no, she does not. Yes, she does. But your answer will be, I don't know. Does she speak Spanish? Does she, do they, does he, do you? The more I repeat, the more probably you will understand. If you don't understand now, give it a break, relax, study a little bit more, listen more, and then it will click. I promise you, one day it will just click because you've been listening and your brain is processing it, right? So, do you want me to say slowly, right? Number one, do you know teacher Lydia? Number two, does Juan play the piano? Number three, do they want to drink tonight? Number four, does she speak Spanish? Does she? Do they? Does he? Do you? Yeah, let's keep moving. Okay, we have question words. Those can be a bit confusing, but I have my notes here, so I think I'll be able to explain a little bit more again. So question words or question phrases are words that already say a lot. You don't need sometimes more explanation. You have those question words, you have your question phrases like how many. You already have some information in those words. It's not like just she, it's how many. So who in Spanish is quien es, and Portuguese quem é or quem são, the teachers from SEDA College. Who are the teachers from SEDA College? All right, who are, so are plural, teachers. Teachers is plural, so our verb be is are. Remember our verb be? Am is are. They'll have it. Who are the teachers from SEDA College? Quem são, quem es the teachers from SEDA College? You got it? I think if I translate it, you understand a little bit more. So we have second one. What do you do? What do you do? So what is okay or que in Spanish? Do you do? So that's a question people do for to know your profession, to know what do you do? What do you work with? What's your work? What's your job? That's the question. What do you do? And then you say, I am a teacher. I am a barista. I am a waitress. Remember our professions? That's what people want to know. What do you do? What's your job? What's your work? Where are you from? So where I have here onde in Portuguese and donde in Spanish. So donde are you from? De onde are you from? So basically it's where, right? Where are you from? So you are. Remember our verb be? I can, maybe next week I can uh, make a review on that too. So we can finish it up with everything, don't you think? That'll be fun. We have how many children do you have? So how many is quantos? Portuguese, quantos in Spanish? Children do you have? Do they have? Well, they have. You have? Same rule. So how many children do you have? They are asking, for example, here in this picture, how many do they have? They have 2 children. Yeah. When do you go to Ireland? So when is about dates. It's about day of the week, days of the week, days of the month, tudo. days of the week. I'm sorry, I got distracted. So when it's quando. Quando do you go to Ireland? Right? So that's about dates. That's about information about when. It's dates normally. Time of the day as well. If you can ask when do you go to work? So what's the time you go to work? And you say I go to work in the afternoon, in the morning, right? So that's about dates. We have how old are you? So I have how for in Portuguese como, in Spanish como. It's a very similar word, and it's about in English, as I told you, you are the age, you don't have the age. So, for example, I am 27 years old. I don't have 27 years old. Does it make sense to you? So, your age is about your whole soul. I am 27, not I have 27 years old. You get that? So, old is about that. It's about your age and how old are you? So, how many years? That's again many. You can count how many years. I am 27 years old. What kind of music do you like? So, kind, it's about type, right? Type is the genre, the type of music. So, I like rock and roll, as you know. I like pop music and I like hip hop. That's the types of music I like. What kind of movie, what kind of film do you like? You ask? Well, I like comedies and action movies and terror movies. So that's are the types, right? So what kind, what types? Which one do you want? Red bike or blue bike? So which one? I'm giving you options, right? I'm giving you two options, the red and the blue, and I'm asking you which. So which, I don't have it here, do I? No, I don't. So which is about options. Is a qual in Portuguese, qual. Which one do you like? So one, you can only choose one, and I'm giving you two options. Which one? And then you have to choose one of them. Does that make sense? How much does it cost? So much, how much is normally about money. And yesterday it was a bit confusing about money, but money is something so abstract. Normally you have like notes, you have coins. So how many money do you have? How much money? Does that make sense? How much does it cost? So cost is about the price of something. So how much does it cost? I think I had here how much, quanto, right? Quanto does it cost? Does that make sense to you? Hope you're taking your notes because we'll have some exercises right now. Oh, well, no, not right now. So we have the QUSA, QUASI rule, quasi. So we have question word, that's something, one of those. What, where, how much, what kind, what, which, when. Auxiliary verb, subject pronoun, and infinitive. So that's the order of how it goes. We have question word, auxiliary verb, subject pronoun, infinitive, and the rest of the sentence. You don't need to stop there. You can keep going. So how many brothers and sisters do you have? So we have the question phrase, how many brothers and sisters? Or how many dogs do you have? How many cats do you have? So do comes after this. How many brothers and sisters? That's the question word. Do, auxiliary verb, you, subject pronoun, have, infinitive, right? How many brothers and sisters do you have? In English, you can always say siblings, but don't worry about this word right now. We'll have next week. what do we want, right? So you are in a restaurant with your family and you need to decide what are you going to eat. And then in the menu, you looking all the options and you go, what do we want? Or you have two options, three options, and you need to choose one. Which one do we want? Does that make sense? Which one? Yes, which one? I need to choose one. Choose one do we want? Does it make sense? Where does she live? So that's about location. Where? Location. So she lives in Brazil. She lives in Chile. She lives in Dublin, right? You can have so many locations. So where is about location. Does she live? So does, subject pronoun, subject, auxiliary verb. I Gabi. How much does it cost? How much? Question word. Does, auxiliary verb. It, subject pronoun. Cost, infinitive. Verb infinitive. What kind of books do you read? So what types of books do you read? So you can read terror, you can read comedy, no, romance, you can read biographies, right? So there's so many types of books, genres of book you can read. So what kind do you like? So do, auxiliary verb, you, subject pronoun, read, infinitive. What does she do at the weekend? That's a long one, but I'll explain. So what, it's okay, does she do? So do is our main verb. That's an action. So what does she practice? What does she watches? What does she likes to do at the weekend? So do is our main verb. That's an action. That's of make, do. Does is because of she, right? So does is our auxiliary verb. She, subject pronoun. Do, infinitive. And the rest is the rest of the sentence. So at the weekend is the rest of the sentence. So what does she do? What does she do at the weekend? She watches Netflix. She plays with her dog. She, I don't know, studies. Right? So you can do a lot of things over the weekend, and you're asking, what does she do? Hope you're taking your note, friends, because we have our exercises just now. You ready? Here they are. Now, you need to put the sentence in the right order. You've done one today, and I want you to do another one to practice the order, right? Once you get the order right and the words right, you're done. You will be able to say a lot of things, because all the rest of the language, English language, goes through the similar dynamic, the similar order, if that makes sense. So we have number one, English do say that how you in. Number two, you live where you. Number three, your do like how coffee you. It, how is much. Can you put that in the right order, please? And I'll give you some time to finish them up. What do you think? Do you like my makeup today? It's quite pretty. Do you see my eyes? I wish I wasn't so silly. I'm very silly. Not funny, that funny, but I'm silly. I'm sure I'm silly. So you can tell me more later on about your life with all those orders. What do you think? We'll be able to chat a little bit more, talk a little bit more to each other. My teacher Emma, a few years ago, she told me that you talk to someone and you say something to someone. So you say sorry to Gabby, but you talk with Gabby. Talk to Gabby? You can say talk to Gabby too. Well, I don't remember now. Sorry, Emma. I don't remember it. Hopefully, I'll see my friend Emma this weekend. We'll have a game party online, so we are going to play video games on our computer to each other. It's quite fun. I hope you have fun this weekend, guys. You need to abstract a little bit, think about other stuff, have fun, have your mind healthy. Let's correct them, friends. A little bit more. Okay, I'll give you a little bit more of time. Let me see. 35 minutes. Well, I can do a little bit more. English, live, coffee, eat. You're ready. Let's go. Number 1. How do you say that in English? I know, friends, I gotcha. So that's a big one. So how, that's como, do, auxiliary verb, you, subject pronoun, say, infinitive verb, that in English, right? So that in English is the rest of the sentence. The core, the base of the sentence is I forgot the name of it. Hold on. I know that. Question word, subject pronoun, auxiliary verb, subject pronoun, verb. You got me confused. Okay. How, question word, do, auxiliary verb, you, subject pronoun, say, verb, right? Infinitive verb. And the rest of the sentence, that in English. So that's a question. How do you say that in English? If you ask me, Gabby, how do you say cafe in English? How do you say sell in English? Right? How do you say the word in English? Right? You can change the that for the word you want to know. How do you say abajur in English, right? I just saw an abajur there, so that's for the lamp, bedside lamp. 2, where do you live? Location, where? Question word. Do, auxiliary verb. You, subject pronoun. Live, infinitive verb. Number 3, how do you like your coffee? That's a big one, friends. How, como, again. Question word, do, auxiliary verb, you, subject pronoun, like, infinitive form of our verb. Your coffee is the rest of the sentence for now. Number 4, how much is it? So friends, I just want to remind you when we have our be, verb be, am, is, are, it comes before the subject pronoun. So here our subject pronoun is it. It is. So is comes first. Our verb be, is, comes before subject pronoun. So how much is it? Right? You're paying for something, you're paying for your clothes, you're paying for your coffee. How much it is? How much is it? How much is it? Does it make sense to you? Because my friends, we got to an end of our class. I know. I was trying to explain a little bit more what are things. I hope you're understanding a little bit more. But next week, my plan is to practice, practice, exercise a lot and repeat for reviews. And next week, we'll have more pronunciation. So we're going to repeat most of our grammar, most of our vocabulary, because we don't repeat much vocabulary, and we have more pronunciation. So get ready with your tongue, get ready with your mouth. That's very vulgar. And we'll do more pronunciation next week, all right? I hope you have a good weekend. You want me to repeat them again for pronunciation before we go? Yes. Okay. Number 1, how do you say that in English? Number 2, where do you live? Number 3, how do you like your coffee? Okay, hold on. Number 3, how do you like your coffee? How do you like your coffee? Fast. How do you like your coffee? How do you like your coffee? How do you like coffee? No. Number 4, how much is it? How much is it? Okay, friends. Did you like the class? Did it help you a little bit? Did it teach you a little bit more? Did you help? Did it help you? I hope it did. See you next week here. I'm just going to say this with a pretty voice. See you next week, my friends. I hope you have a good weekend. Stay home, stay healthy,